Are we live though? The Hangout on Air is live. We are live. Hello, you guys. I'm trying a new format for the, for the live so that I can do split screens with y'all. So if one of you would like to jump on the live with me and just BS around, that would be wonderful so that I could figure out how exactly this works. I don't even know. All right, it says there's 5 viewers, but I'm not actually looking at the YouTube screen. So how the hell do I read you guys' comments from here? Nope, this isn't it. What's up, you guys? I know that there's 7 of you in here right now. I can't read your comments. If you didn't catch that, I'm on Google Hangouts instead of the regular YouTube chat. This way I can do lives with other YouTubers, but host it from my platform, which I couldn't do until today, so I'm still working the bugs out. So Uncle Sam needs one of you guys. Uncle Sam needs one of y'all to jump in on the live with me if you're willing. But let me find out how I can even read your guys' comments right now, because I might just have to give them a little backdoor action and view it on another channel. Here we go. Cool. Yo, okay, here we go. I was gonna give you guys the peace sign with the 3 fingers. That's what I meant. Okay. What's up, you guys? Yanalise, how you doing? I see it. Always set apart. Get that hair done, Salavi. Was it Rebecca? You just told me your name recently. I gotta look that up again. Always set apart and AC Charity, Alicia, the OG squad. Question: how is the quality of this video compared to the other ones? Because the other lives I use my phone, and this one I'm using my computer, so I'm curious what you guys think. Again, this video is not so much to teach you guys cool shit or do cool things, though I might in a second, but I'm really trying to work out how to use Google Hangouts for my live. So far, it's not. It's good. Is it as good as the testing 1 2 3? Is the quality as good as my phone? Because if that's the case, oh, we're not going to use it. Then my computer's going fucking crazy right now handling all this stuff. If any of you guys want to jump on the live with me, that would be dope. I would just send you a link. You click on the link, and I think you're in. That's what I'm trying to figure out right now. Well, what's happening? Oh, what did I do? Where is it at? Primary stream. Current frame rate is too high. Please set the frame rate to 30 frames per second or less. How the fuck do I do that on here? I'll deal with that later. Okay. Could probably even. I'm gonna open this on my phone, you guys, and see if that makes, and turn it off of my laptop. Y'all, thanks for your patience and just chilling while I figure my life out. Whoops. Y'all, thanks for your patience and just chilling while I figure my life out. I'll do this instead. So, cheers, Bill. Bill, I have a crazy story for you. Oh, you guys, this ain't a beauty contest. It don't matter if you ain't looking that good. I understand. I understand. Bill Gorman, I have a crazy story for you. When you were blasting me with all that San Luis propaganda the other day, and I thought you were just spamming my channel, turns out someone contacted me the very next morning saying that they were watching a documentary on the San Luis Valley, and I was like, that sounds familiar. And then, so I watched a couple episodes of that, and what are the odds? I haven't heard of the San Luis Valley ever, and I've been looking this shit up for like a decade now. And then back to back, someone's just like, yo, I'm watching San Luis Valley, you should check it out. So I'll take that as a sign. I haven't had time to yet, but I'll dive into that. Probably at work tomorrow. I'll be late for the the Valley of Portals. Yeah, no, I feel I didn't look it up quite deep. Whoever's down, Alicia, if you're down to jump on, we can jump on. What I wanted to know was if I give you, because I have a link right now, and I send you the link, you open the link, and it connects you on Google Hangouts. What I would like to know is if I give you the link after I've already started the live, can you still join? So whoever is down and wants to do it, you don't even have to talk or be on the actual live. Just open the link and tell me what it does. That would be perfect. Which means I have to open my Firefox back up again. Son of a bitch. The program is retarded. Why do you keep doing that? So this is it. I'm not on Zoom, Bill. I'm on Google Hangouts. So I guess whoever clicks that button first, we'll see what happens. Lola. I've always liked that name, Lola, because I still love the movie Space Jam, and the girl bunny in Space Jam, her name was Lola. So I've always really liked that name. There's some weird shit going on. We're on live right now. What up? No, there's no, Monica, there's no, well, there can be. Yeah, absolutely. We can talk about what the fuck you guys want to talk about. We will talk about anything you want. How about this? You guys go look up the 7 Hermetic Principles. Tell me which one's your favorite and ask me to break it down for you or a question on it. But mostly this is just to see if I can figure out Google Hangouts. But we can do that while we figure that out. 100. Of course, Firefox is just going nuts still. Better late than ugly. Lola, hey, that's... sounds familiar. Lizzie and Lola, are you two in fucking cahoots with each other? I feel like the law of gender. Nice. The law of gender is a good one that people don't talk about very often. Said error. Ooh, that's a bummer. No, it's not that. The error means that I guess we can't go on live at the same time. Okay, if you guys are up for it, here's what we're gonna do. This is mental. The universe is mental. That one's good too, but the first law, you guys, is that we live in a mental universe. Everything originates in mind. And while that's probably the most important one, that's probably 99 times out of 100 what gurus are talking about when they teach any of their teachings, from Buddhism to shamanism to paganism to even psychology and fucking therapists and shit. Like that's we could talk about that if you guys wanted to. We could find something weird and unique about it if that's what you choose. But hold that thought. So one of you lucky contestants, I'm gonna close this live, open a new one, and I'll send you the link before. And what happens is whoever I send the link to, you and I will be having a conversation on the video chat, not live, and then I'll hit go live, and then the live will kick up, and then we'll be back in here in this room only. It'll be two of us. At least in theory, that's what I'm hoping will happen. That's what I'm trying to figure out right now. And then we can, maybe whoever that person is, if they have a specific question, we can just like play it out from there. That might be fun. I don't know. I'm just throwing shit out there. So law of polarity, always support. That's a fucking great one. This brings me to the App Store. Twinsies, Lola and Lizzie. You guys are late but ugly people. No, I didn't say that right. It's better late than ugly. Is that what it is? Is that how you say it? They do make it very surface level. That's why I'd be super down to talk about it. I won't say super down, but okay, so who is it? Who's gonna be joining the live with me? I might be able to generate the link before I even get off this live. So if that's the case, bear with me. I'll try to start it right now and see what happens. Why is Firefox still open? I thought I closed this. Maybe open Safari. I need we can close too. I don't need that. Shit, I lost you guys. Where are you? Whoa, beam me up, Scotty. Daniela Ayala, hello, nice to have you here. We are here, but we're gonna be not here, but then we're gonna be here again in just a couple seconds. Ooh, everyone say hello, Daniela. Welcome to the class. Everyone be friends, say hi. Don't pick on each other. But it's working? Ooh, actually, I have an idea. So I'm gonna shake what, mom? Yeah. Lola, sure. Or we could probably all get on. I'm gonna give me 1 second, guys. I'm gonna try something. Oh shit, you're in. Someone's in.
Come here.
Who just entered the domain right now?
Hi. I don't have a picture.
No, you don't have a picture.
Can you guys hear
I'm not
me?
sure. How? I can hear you. How is this gonna work if your voice is playing through my computer? I wonder if you'll get echoes for the rest of the people.
I don't know. I'm trying to figure this out on my end too.
Who? Lola, don't say that. That's not cool. It's no bad talking about ourselves. Who's in the room right now?
It's me and my son.
Is this Alicia though?
My son Arias. Arias, say hi.
Hi.
Arias. That's a cool name.
Thank you.
Yes.
This is Alicia, you guys.
Alicia, what's up? That's right. I figured it was you.
I wonder why you guys can't see me. Hold on, let me fix this.
So, I know it took me forever to figure that out too, literally like an hour. You have to allow access for your video. And I had to go into my preferences and change it, and then I had to do a bunch of shit, turn my computer off and turn it back on. Like, 3 times. And then it finally gave me the option to allow video camera access. So I've been working on this for like a day. It's fucking crazy. I'll try not to cuss at this shit, you know. Before the portal closes, can you guys hear her, by the way? There's no echo. Is it all good?
Can you guys hear me?
Okay, Lola says that they can hear you, and there's no echo as well.
Oh, there we are. I can see myself.
I can see me.
But that's about it. You can see you, Arius.
Hey! Where's that?
I just see... Whoops. Yeah, I don't see your face. I just see other things on. Quantum leap! All right, so we've officially opened portals. Nice, that's great. But we haven't figured out how to get your video on. It might be working in just your video. Oh, there you go.
Oh, there we are.
Hey!
Can you say hi?
Hi.
What's up? Hi. Tell me your name. What's your name again? Arius? Nice to meet you. My name's Keith.
What did you say?
There's Keith. You see him? Do you see all the... You can't hear or see all the other people, but there's 18 people in here, and they can see you.
I can't see them.
I know. But they're in here. Hi, you guys.
Oh, this is so cool. Nice. And there's no echoing, there's no nothing. So I've officially learned how to set up a Google Hangouts live YouTube stream. It only took 48 hours.
Yeah, I know.
You guys are in California too, right?
We are. Where do we live, Arius? But don't give the address.
Yeah, no,
want to.
or the city, NorCal, right? You're just in NorCal?
Yeah, we're in NorCal, near Sacramento.
Nice.
America. Yeah. Look at, see?
Hey,
You got
look, it's a pyramid.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pyramid.
Oh, you got the candle. Nice. I got mine too. I have a brand new one I haven't lit yet.
Oh, thank you guys.
That's
I can
the
see
same one.
the comments. You guys are so nice.
That's the same one.
He's 5.
Yeah, it is the same one. We're candle twinsies.
What does it smell like?
Ew.
Smells like
Smells like stinky sauce.
like honey.
Smells like honey and dirt.
Honey and earth?
Honey and dirt.
Nice. I'm down for that.
It smells like stinky sauce.
Stinky socks.
Okay, well it works.
It's my, yeah.
Not your name.
It's the new oil I'm working with in the candles called Stinky Socks. Cool.
What's up, y'all? All the OGs in the house. I'm pretty corny and really boring, so.
That's right. No, you're fine. You're doing a great job. All I really wanted was to make sure I could get this to work, and it absolutely worked. We can keep running it. We could do like a hermetic thing. I'm not sure if you want to hear any of that, or you can just log out and go back to whatever you were doing. It's up to you.
Okay. Well, bye, you guys. I will be watching the comments and commenting and reading and listening to you, Keith. Try to figure this out.
We got
go back to what I was doing. Wasn't doing much. Were we doing a lot? Just relaxing.
Thank you, though, seriously, for the help. I really do appreciate it. That was...
Yeah. What I did, to clarify, what I did was, instead of clicking on my phone on the link, I copied and pasted the link onto my notes in my phone and then hand typed it into my browser on my computer.
Really?
Yeah, because I think I have it so that I can't do anything on my phone or my devices because he's always on it. So my settings might be off. But on the computer, it's different because there's passwords to get on there. So
That's good to know.
So yeah. So I did it from my computer browser.
Nice. Thank you.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna log out because this is awkward.
I know,
For
it kind
me,
of sucks at first, but you get used to it. You're like, oh, damn.
Okay, say bye, Arias.
Bye.
Bye, Arias. Nice meeting you.
All right, you guys.
I'll talk
Bye.
to you. Dope. That was a success. Cool. Well, I guess I can turn this off and pull up the activity monitor. Sweet, you guys. We just learned something new today. Absolutely learned something new today. How cool is that? Who? Bill. Bill, you're calling my phone right now. How is this happening? You guys see this? My boy Bill is calling me on Google Hangouts. I'm just gonna answer it. Yo, Bill, what up? Ooh. I think. Yo, we figured. Oh, Bill. Hey, hold on, I'm gonna show you guys Bill. Nice. This is like super Inception. Is that you, Bill?
Yeah, the link didn't go anywhere.
Nice to meet you, man.
Put your email in the Google Hangouts app.
Oh, I saw that enter the email thing. So make sure you add me or whatever that you do on Google Hangouts. This is cool. We're talking to Bill right now.
Yeah.
What's that? Your room's cool as hell, man. You got a lot of stuff going on in there. You do. You need a red pointed gnome hat. All right. I wish I could. But the thing is you're not up on my computer, so the people in the YouTube live can't see you.
Stop my computer. So
Ah.
maybe the phone will go because they're both on the same internet. But I don't have the.
Oh, really? Yeah. This is the funnest thing I think I've ever done on YouTube.
There it goes. I can hear you.
I wish I could show you guys, like somehow connect Bill with the YouTube live on here. If there's something in particular you can show me, by the way, to that San Luis Valley, that'd be helpful because I've seen like 2-3 hour. Unless I should just watch all of it. I guess I could do that too. But
There's a documentary on Netflix. It's Valley of Portal.
okay.
Yeah. I think it's Netflix or Hulu. One of them has it. Called Valley of Portal. Up in Louis Valley. And they say the aliens came out of Antonito Mountain over here.
Yeah, I was hearing that there's a lot of UFO sightings. That's probably debatably the most sighted UFO spot in the country.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Well, let me.
Because I guess I didn't get in on the YouTube thing. I came in through the Hangout.
Yeah, you did. You came in through you like called me as a phone call. You guys, they're asking where you're from. Bill is from, I don't know if he's from here, but he lives in the San Luis Valley of Colorado. I believe it's like the southwestern part of Colorado, right? Right, Bill? Bill, I'm gonna, I think the aliens are messing up the call, Bill. I'm gonna just message me on YouTube because this thing's going nuts. Can you hear me? This thing's going nuts right now.
I'll go back to this watch the screen.
Okay, thanks for the call, man. I appreciate it. Nice meeting you.
Look at Boss, picture of Boss with the guy right on top of the
Oh, I know. I didn't get it. I saw it like as I was driving, so it probably wasn't the best idea to keep looking. But I'll look. I'll post it into the chat. That way I know like to type it in.
Okay.
Thanks,
All
man.
right. Well, I got to see now. I can email you the picture.
Oh yeah, that would be even better. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Thanks, man.
Talk to you later.
Talk to you later. This is so cool. You guys have no idea how happy I am right now. This is too funny. This is the letter squad. Alicia, I'm actually connecting the letter squad one call at a time. Sweet. So I have some some homework to do. And then I'm gonna close the Firefox. I'm gonna open this back up over here. Who has the tablets? Elva, what are you hating for? Catching up with you guys' comments. Let me know. We're gonna start over. We can do the law of gender. Vote on what law of the hermeneutics you want to talk about, and we'll hammer into that. We'll break it down. We'll go deep. We'll do whatever you guys want to do. We can read a chapter out of the book. Whatever you guys want. You guys have helped me do the thing. Now we can learn some shit if you want. All right, Monica. Thanks for chiming in. Thank you for your help. Appreciate it. Lola, law of gender. All right, let's do that. Let's do law of gender. Okay. If you guys hear that loud hum in the background, it's my computer's fan. It's kind of an old computer, and when I do substantial things on it, the fan kicks in really loud, and it's hard to keep under control. There's things I can do, but I have to do it like every 5 minutes, so it gets kind of annoying. But thank you for your patience. And if it's too much, I can just start over on my phone, which is what I normally do. So go rescue Tony Stark. We can do that. Okay, we'll do the law of gender. I feel like someone might be calling my name pretty soon. I'm not in Colorado. The homie Bill, who just called me right now on the phone, is from Colorado. I'm in ye old California, just living the dream at the moment. But my sister's boyfriend's being hella loud right now. All right, law of gender is the last law of the Hermetic philosophy. Hey, Aisha, nice to see you. Yeah, let me do the law of gender first, and then if you want to call in, we can do that. I'm actually super down for that. But that way I'm not spending too much time BSing, and if people are on here trying to get some knowledge and I'm over here dicking around. I guess it doesn't matter. It's my channel. I can do whatever the fuck I want, but let me just go over the law of gender, and then we can start something up. Puerto Rico, everyone claims that they're the UFO capital of the world. Topanga Canyon here, like 50 miles south of me, was apparently the UFO capital of the world too, but I don't know. But the one in Colorado actually has like evidence to back it up. Sun of Earth and Sky, nice to see you. Yeah, I have a ton of hair. I have a whole shit ton of hair. Okay. Law of gender. Everyone type go if you want me to begin the law of gender breakdown. Otherwise, type whatever else you want. Calma. So fast. Okay, cool. So law of gender is similar to law of polarity, kind of related to opposites. You have masculine and you have feminine. Not to be confused with male and female. So remember in the law of correspondence how it's the as above, so below, the macrocosm and the microcosm. Macrocosm is things at large, like the universe. Microcosm is things at small, like cells and things like that. So every level corresponds to every other level. That's what the law of correspondence says. So the things in the mental plane are the same as the emotional plane or astral plane, whatever you want to call it. Then you have the physical plane. So with male and female, as in the sex of a human, whether you're a man or a woman, in terms of biologically speaking, not like gender fluidity and stuff like that. I mean, literally, if you have a penis and you produce sperm, you're a male, biologically speaking. And if you have ovaries and eggs and you actually create the thing, then you're a woman. But that's the physical representation of the law of gender. Because you also have in the mind, you have your left brain and your right brain. And the feminine brain is the creative side, the non-linear side, a little more chaotic, a little more abstract, where your masculine mind is your analytical mind. It's very logical. It's very steps 1 through 10. You follow them. It's very structure-based. So every level has masculine and feminine. Again, not to be confused with woman and man. Women tend to be dominated by feminine because their bodies, their vessel is dominated by feminine. Like estrogen is more dominant in women. Testosterone is more dominant in men. So men tend to be more masculine because their bodies are designed that way, literally. You have your cases where outliers, of course, but I'm on a tangent. What's important to know about the law of gender, let's just get into that, is that everything, not everything, but if we want a healthy creation of something, we have to combine both genders together to get a healthy creation of something. We need a very healthy masculine input and we need a very healthy feminine input, and you bring them both together and you create life. Like a man and a woman, bring them together, you create life. In a nutshell, that's what the law of gender is. Give me 1 second. I can grab. If any of you guys have my book and there's something in there that you want to, like, didn't understand or want to go deeper in, let me know. It's been a while since I've gone over the law of gender, so let me give her a gander real quick. La da la da 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 da, this and that, deception. Well, there's some controversial stuff that I would like to talk about in law of gender, but I'm not sure if I'm ready for. I'm not sure if the world is ready for that yet. Let me see. Yeah, whoa. Yeah. Uh-oh. I and me. Fireburner, that's an interesting way to put it. I haven't heard that. But Matt, I mean, that's pretty much it. There's anecdotal studies, case studies that they talked about, but do you have any questions? I mean, I pretty much broke it down. Law of gender simply is that. It's just everything that exists manifests two different sides, masculine and feminine, and we have to bring those together in harmony. The mind is split into two. Some things I believe about masculine and feminine that are not too popular is that how I believe the world is being run is a very unhealthy masculine in the places of control. So like government, for example, authority, for example, is heavy on the masculine, heavy on the unhealthy masculine. Whereas the masses are dominated, to me, are dominated by an unhealthy feminine. Because what feminine does is it receives an impulse. And the best analogy I can think of are humans. So a woman receives the sperm, the seed of a man, and then grows it. So the feminine receives, and then the masculine projects out into the world. So we think of the sperm cell, it's projected out and received by the woman. And that's how it works on the energetic plane too. The masculine will always be projecting out, and the feminine will always be receiving its spirit. You know what I mean? So on the whole, the masses are like sheep. They're constantly being dictated and never dictating their own lives. So the world is shifting. I'm not sure exactly what direction it's going in, but right now it seems that the masses again are dominated by an unhealthy feminine, because we receive inputs, we receive impulses. We're told what to think, what to do, what to feel. We're told what to study in school. We're told how to make money. We're told how to love. We're told what's funny and what's attractive and what's not attractive, and we take that. Very few people are generating their own culture, are dictating their own society, are stepping out, projecting themselves into the world and saying, no, I'm defining things new, right? So when someone steps into a very, not progressive, but like projecting role, and they step against the current, that's like a very masculine move. They're kind of driving a stake into the ground and saying, I'm going to define, right? Because masculine defines and boxes and compartmentalizes. They're saying, I'm going to design my own way of life. I reject your definition for reality and I substitute my own. So when it comes to masculine and feminine, the idea is that the masculine creates the space, creates the boundary. And then the feminine fills that boundary with an infinite amount of things, because again, the feminine is more power. It's not. It's the feminine to me seems to be more powerful than the masculine, far more powerful than the masculine, but it doesn't have guidance, because by definition, it doesn't have. It cannot have direction, to be chaotic, to be completely random, because to create something brand new, you have to think in a brand new way. You can't use the old paradigms of thought. You can't use the old structures to create something new. You have to disregard all old structures and give in to the infiniteness of the cosmos. And that's what the feminine does. But it's useless without direction, right? So that's why you need the masculine. You need the masculine to provide boundaries. I'm going to, sorry, I'm not checking your guys' comments because they're not coming up on my computer. But like, imagine, here's a good example that I used to give when I was giving my lectures. When you imagine you're in a minefield, right? There's mines everywhere. And you have a minesweeper, and he goes out and he sweeps an area, a big old square. He goes out and he says, this square right here is free. There's no mines in this square. I fixed it. You can play, you can walk, you can drink, you can merry-make, you can frolic in the fields, you can do whatever you want. You're free. But don't go past the borders, because I don't know what's out there, and you might get your leg blown off, right? So when you have a proper boundary, and you know the limits, and you know the boundaries, and you know what's safe and what isn't, you can, within that container, you're free to express yourself however you want. So the masculine is set up that container, and the feminine can have a safe place to do whatever the fuck it wants. Now imagine if you take away the boundary and you say, okay, I've swept that whole minefield. There's a square out there, but there's no definition to that square. You're gonna kind of have to guess. It's like it's over there in that direction, give or take 50 yards, right? So it could be 50 yards closer to you, could be 50 yards further from you. I'm not really sure. There's just a square with no definition. You're not going to feel safe in the square without the boundaries. You're not going to go to the edges. You're not going to go to the border. You're not going to drink. You're not going to party. You're not going to do anything because you're going to be terrified that you've gone too far and you're going to get your leg blown off. That's kind of a loose analogy that I use for masculine and feminine. It helps to know the boundaries because there's something in safety, there's something in structure that allows the feminine to be 100% into its creation without having to worry about getting blown up by minds. It can do what it needs to do to come up with all the beautiful ideas, all the beautiful creativity that gets generated. It can do that without worrying about getting blown up. Whereas if you take away the boundaries, you don't know what the fuck's going on. Everything's chaos. There's nothing being built. You're kind of hesitant. And that's how they both work together. There's a psychology term. I'm not sure what it is. It was in one of my books. I can't remember, but the story itself stuck with me. And it described the feminine as being an elephant, and the rider was the masculine. So it's called the rider and the elephant. The rider is the masculine, and the elephant is the feminine. The power is coming from the elephant, right? When you're going through the jungle, elephants fucking destroy anything. They uproot trees, they tear through bushes, they can rip a lion in half in a blink of an eye. But if you can't control the elephant, then it's useless. So what the rider does is it's not as powerful, but it's precise. It can guide the elephant left, right, straight. It can say, pick up that tree. It can say, back up, go forward. It can say, watch out for that child right there. You're going to kill it, or there's an elephant, or there's a tiger on your left. Let's go to the right. So the masculine and feminine have to work in tandem with each other not in order for things to work. You can do things completely masculine and be successful, but you'll be a dickhead and you'll be egotistical and you won't think about the whole, and you'll be feel very isolated because the masculine is almost like very singular, so you'll feel isolated. And you can get shit done, I think, purely from your feminine, but if you're dominated by your feminine and you have an unhealthy balance, then again, you're taking information, you're being dictated, and you're not having a voice for yourself. You lack conviction, you lack drive, you lack a sense of purpose, you lack a sense of willpower because you can't make decisions for yourself. But you can't talk shit about either one of them. You can't talk shit about the feminine and you can't talk shit about the masculine because what makes them weak is what makes them so strong. And what makes them so strong is what makes them weak. It's checks and balances. That is the law of rhythm. There's always a compensation for everything, right? However, how you swing on the right side is how far you're going to swing on the left side, more or less. So, yeah, the feminine lacks boundaries, but that's why its creation power is so outrageous. It's off the charts because it doesn't have boundaries. And the masculine doesn't do good with big pictures, right? It like loses focus. It's not very integrative. It's not very wholesome and rounded. It's precise, but that's what makes it so powerful, is that it has the ability to be ultra focused on something. And we know that if we need to get shit done, and we need to get shit done now, there's a very practical, these are the 3 steps. Shut everything else in your life out, or at least for the next 10 minutes, and get this shit done and get it done well. That's the beauty of the masculine. So whatever, and that works with anything in life. Whatever your weakness is, it's also your strength on the other end. And whatever your strength is what your weakness is on the other end. Sprinters aren't good at running long distance because their muscles are trained in a different way. And long distance runners would lose a sprinting match every time because their muscles are trained for long distance. So they gain endurance, but they lose speed. Or you can gain speed and lose endurance. So it's what do you want in life? And the yin-yang symbol is the perfect symbol for that, because on one side you have the black, the yang, or yin, whatever it is, and in the middle is the feminine, and the opposite side is the same. It's white with the black dot in the middle. everything is like split, but then there's something inside of it. Split, and then there's something inside of it. So that is my breakdown of the law of gender. And now I'm looking at your guys' comments for the past 10 minutes. Can drink like a fish when I get a testosterone shot. Bill, there's got to be foods for that, right? You can get on a diet for boosting up. Oh, so there's not. I need to get a bigger men following. But Bill, look into the literature on mushrooms, because a large variety of mushrooms, go figure, mushrooms are shaped like dicks, have estrogen inhibiting enzymes. So mushrooms don't boost your testosterone, but they inhibit the production of estrogen. So mushrooms are a good thing for people to eat when their testosterone levels are too much, or if you drink a lot of beer or smoke a lot of weed. Cannabis is what hops, right? Hops are cannabis. If you look it up, hops are cannabis, whatever, and weed is cannabis sativa. So cannabis is heavy on the phytoestrogens, meaning plant-made estrogen. So if you drink a lot of beer, try to eat mushrooms to balance that shit out. Or there's a lot of stuff too, but that's it. The government gets weapons for covert warfare that can send voices and images into people's brain. MK Ultra. That was random. Damn, maybe I'll start selling foil hats on my Etsy. Passive and active energies, Slavi. Yes, absolutely. Passive and active. Masculine is active, and feminine is passive. And remember, passive does not mean bad. Passive is an incredibly useful tool, and active is good in some cases and terrible in others, right? It's all about, the law of gender is one, understanding that it just comes down to qualities of energy, not man, woman, just qualities of energy. And then two, how do I utilize? Like, what does this call for? Does this call for me being active? I'm not big on astrology, but Mercury retrograde, I know that a little bit, is a perfect opportunity to realize that. So instead of trying to, when Mercury goes retrograde, is a time to kind of chill and reflect. And all right, this isn't a time to project myself out into the world. It's a time to go back to the drawing boards, reevaluate my plans, reevaluate my decisions, kind of put big decisions on hold and just, again, reevaluate, become a little more passive, become a little more observant. And then when the tides change, boom, you use that momentum and the swing of the turn of the tides to get what you need done. And yes, Dad Riley likes the big old elephant booty, Lizzie. Adapting, directing, maybe when they say the man is the wife's covering. I don't know what you mean by that, Lola. I've never heard the term that the man is the wife's covering. Pine pollen is good too. I've heard about pine pollen too, actually. Yeah. Bill, stop drinking beer. What you could do is, actually, I've been drinking kombucha beer late. So just, if you can help it and you want to continue drinking beer, just stay away from the hops. So IPAs have a ton of hops in them, of course, probably the most. But wheats are made more from wheat and not hops. So wheat beers have less hops in them. Kombucha beer has, I'm not sure, you'd have to, I would hope it's got less phytoestrogens, but yeah. Biblical, right? Lizzie, is that from the Book of Psalms? Is that your favorite book? The covering? Yeah, exactly. Passive is bringing in the energy. Well said, Monica. That's better said than I said. The passive is bringing in the energy, storing the energy, transmuting the energy, and then when you're ready to blast that fucking energy back out into the world, utilize your masculine. That could. Lola, I'm referring to that one. Yeah. Weird thing going on. Cool. That seems. Shooting old text on the ones and twos. Cool. 420 all day here. Bill Gorman, what up? 420. I gotta take it easy on the ganja because it doesn't help my singing voice. It gets me all raspy, or raspier than I already am. So I gotta keep it. And edibles, I've actually been switching to combat that. So I'm trying to lower the fan volume on you guys because it's still coming in hot at the moment. A donkey and a dragon with a big butt. That dragon did have a fat old ass, didn't she? But Bill, I know it's 420 all day here, but weed is a phytoestrogen, so careful, careful with the ganja. It's gonna make you. And people tend to be passive when they smoke weed. You know what I mean? Again, not that it's a bad thing. Just throwing it out there. Bible says man is covering so as to suppress the woman's creative energies. Son of earth and sky, what of those who are capable of seeing the energies of others and radiating a song in harmony, or change it? You would have to break that down. Real quick, B-girl, phytoestrogen simply means a plant-made estrogen. So whenever you hear phyto in front of everything, P-H-Y-T-O, it means plant-made. And estrogen means estrogen. So a phytoestrogen is a plant-made estrogen as compared to a human. Like humans make their own estrogen. But plants make estrogen or precursors to estrogen, and then we eat it, and those precursors get turned into actual estrogen by our body. That's what phytoestrogen means. But son of earth and sky, if you're seeing the energies of others and radiating a song in harmony, I'm not sure what you mean by that. Like you're syncing up with another person. Most complex things are a combination of both masculine and feminine. Debatably, all things are a combination of masculine and feminine. Just lean more on another, and an example of that would be like when I wrote my book, right? So, to come up with how I put the book together, and all the ideas that I filled into it, and how I broke down the philosophies was very creative. That was my accessing my feminine side. But then before I wrote the book, I sat down and I said, okay, this is the first chapter. These 3 scientific studies are the ones I'm going to use. And this is how I'm going to write the conclusion. And that was my blueprint. So I took that and I wrote the blueprint for the 2nd chapter, 3rd chapter. I basically outlined my entire book. And that's the masculine side. So I was very structured, very rigid, very detailed from steps 1 through 9. This is what I'm going to do to make this what I need it to be. And then I filled in the blanks with the creativity, with the feminine side. So when you ask me, seeing people's energies and then, what did you say, reflecting that back, and radiating a song in harmony or change it. Well, to radiate is to expel from yourself, so that's masculine. But to be able to match someone's frequencies, that to vibe with someone, to feel someone out. So you're having a conversation with someone and you're trying to feel them out. Generally speaking, you're kind of, if you're good at it, you're letting them in. Right? What do I feel from this person? Am I feeling, are they active? Are they kind of slow? Should I be slower? Are they very charged up? Should I kind of match their energy? That's a very feminine thing because that's very passive. So to answer your question, both, but I also don't completely understand your question. Fellowship code doesn't mean everything. Every code it doesn't mean fellowship. Reading your guys' comments. We only need men to pay for sperms and well to pay the rent. Well to pay the rent or we'll pay the rent? Did you mean to say we'll? God is not a woman. If God, the person that maybe the person we call God that actually created the human race, not the God, could have been a woman. Yeah, absolutely. Hell if I know, it could have been, but the thing is genderless because you guys got to remember the 7 laws, correspondence and polarity, gender, mentalism, all that stuff extends from oneness, but oneness being all that is subject to no laws because it is source. So it's not a man, it's not a woman, it's indescribable. Yeah, definitely. Salabi, tell me your name again. Was it Rebecca? Sorry if I got that wrong. You're in here a lot, and I want to make sure I call you by your name and not your handle. Originally it was meant that way, along with some coding. As time went on, I mean, my son has a dad and stepfather. We all parent differently. My son adapts well to many environments. That's great. If he's doing it now, then he'll do it very well when he gets older too. It's always. It is the duality. Yeah, people use the text to try and strong arm the impressionable. I think God is a speaker. I think that's God is a spirit. God, if you're gonna, you guys do what you want. I don't mean to like preach this to you. More so just to speak on it from a literature point of view. If you are studying the Hermetics and things of that nature, you can't define. So when people say, I think that God is chi, or I think that God is energy, or I think that God is spirit, or I think that God is love, it's not any of those things, right? Because all of those things are defined, which means you literally define it, right? You define the edges, and for you to define something, to give it a border, in other words, is to say there's a thing here that exists, right? And it occupies this space. It is now defined. So if you say God is this thing in here, then what is outside of it? So you say I like to think of God as love, which is a popular one for people to say. So here's love. What does that say about everything outside of love? Right? If God is everything, God can't be love because you've just defined it as one thing, and God, the all, is infinite, is infinity. It is without definition, without border. We literally cannot define it as anything, as light, as love, as hate, as sadness, as it is all those things and none of them. At least this is what the sages would say. And to try to define that undefinable thing is, again, to be a rat running in a wheel forever and dying tired in the same exact spot that it started in the first place. Yeah. And then I look over here and you guys are talking about sperm. God is king of the angels. Well, when you speak of king of the angels, you're getting into the Christian God. And I don't think that the Christian God is the all. I think the Christian God was an entity, just like you and I, just way more advanced, just blindingly advanced. And the people back then were like, these guys are flying down in spaceships and they're shooting lightning bolts out of rods. Like, these are the fucking gods. The gods made us. But it's like, no, they're just entities that are far more advanced than us. I don't think that the God of the Bible by any means was the OG creator of everything. I don't think that. I think that at all. Do I believe in aliens? The bear shit in the woods? Absolutely, I believe in aliens. Not a pick me chick. What? The universe is so vast, it's plain silly to think we're the only. Yeah, agreed, Lola. Catching up with comments. Comprehend all or nothing. It's terribly difficult to comprehend. It's damn near impossible. We have finite minds, is the thing, and the infinite mind is infinite. And what I mean by finite is, like, drummers are probably the most advanced thinkers in the world. They can left hand, right hand, both feet. That's 4 instruments, and sing. That's doing 5 different things simultaneously. Is incredibly difficult. Most people can't even make a square on their head and a circle on their stomach. That's how limited our conscious mind is. So to try to use something that can't even make a circle and a square to comprehend the thing that created infinity is like, you know what I mean? That's a perspective to put it in. The best way that the sages say to describe the all is just an all-pervading mind. In that it's conscious. It's just an aware, conscious entity that is infinite, and like that's the closest we can get to it. I am God. I was made in His or her image. We're all energies, and all our energies are connected. That's Lola. I don't want to rag on anyone, but this is just super interesting stuff. So I'm going to comment on what Lola said about I am God. Just because, and you don't have to take this, you guys. You can be like, Keith, that's a bunch of shit. I don't believe you. I don't buy into that at all. I am God. But saying I am God, right? Because we exist in the mind of the all. We live in a mental universe. We are in the mind of the infinite thought, if you will. That's the best way I can describe it. We're inside the mind. So saying I am God is like Hamlet jumping up and down and saying I am Shakespeare. We are Hamlet to the all being Shakespeare. We're a thought. But we're a thought done by the infinite supreme thing, which has ultimate unlimitless power. So we are very cool thoughts. And we have very cool thoughts and create very cool things, right? Like J.R. Tolkien created a whole universe inside of his head because the mind is infinite, or at least the thoughts themselves are infinite. So we're not it. We're not that thing. We are an extension of it, and we are in its image in that we have thoughts just like it has thoughts. But the scale of degree of us to that thing is infinite. We operate the same way, in the same image, in that we live in a mental universe and everything originates in the mind, and we create from the mind first, just like the infinite creates in its mind first. It had the original thought and shot everything into existence. We do the same thing, yes, but we are not it. God-like, but not God. And again, God is not something that's an entity like in the Christian Bible. It's not something that is susceptible to praise, is susceptible to flattery, susceptible to like jealousy and rage. That's human characteristics, right? Rage, jealousy, envy, susceptibility to flattery, like you have to pray for me or I'm gonna kill your children kind of thing. Like that's not the infinite creator. Like you gotta think bigger than that, you guys. Think of the universe. How fucking big the universe is. Like light travels 186,000 miles per second. 186,000 miles per second. You have any idea how fast it is? No, I don't. It's fucking stupid fast. It takes light traveling that fast 7 minutes to get from the sun to the earth. And the fucking sun is right there. Fucking blink of an eye. So imagine how big the universe is for something to be 100 light years away or 1,000 light years away. Fucking beam of light taking 20,000 years to get somewhere. That's how big the universe is. To think that that God in the sky that created all of this vastness is going, Earthlings, you have to pray for me, or I'm going to kill your kids. It's like, it's almost a slap in the face of the creator, you know? Like, I can see them up there like you guys are ants or less than ants. You're the atoms that make up an ant, or you're like the electrons that make up an ant, or you're the quarks that make up the electrons that make up the ant, or you're a fucking thought. You're a thought that makes up the quark, that makes up the electron, that makes up the atom, that makes up the compound, that makes up the creature. You know what I mean? So this whole thing with the Bible where it's like worship and not that you shouldn't worship, because thought and prayer and intent has a lot to do with the creation. But what I think is happening in the Bible is just really advanced entities that we called gods, that maybe they told us that they are their God or something like that in the past, and be stuck with it. Like this happens all the time. People from Europe landed on the west coast of Mexico, and the Aztecs were like, they're the fucking gods. We have these pictures and these texts that say that the blonde-haired, blue-eyed gods will return and that everything will be better. Spaniards landed, and the people were like, they're gods, and the Spaniards were saying to each other, guys, they think we're gods. Jackpot. Like, we're about to just destroy this place. And they did. They took advantage of that. Their technology made them seem like gods, because the people that they were and they're interacting with were primitive, were savages. So I knocked off my little, this is my little grow light. Got a little excited. Oh, fuck, come on. Please hold. Thank you, sir. I'm reading your guys' comments right now. Did you say Michelada? No, it says Michaela. It's a woman's job to be lazy or something like that. Our bodies are too busy producing and bringing forth life. Personify everything and define everything. Now that I have a questioning 5-year-old. I've been watching Ancient Aliens a lot. Nice. Jennifer. I had a neighbor named Jennifer. That's how I will remember that. We used to play football in the streets. Jennifer. I'm reading your thing about your son asking if God has a pee-pee, Alicia. Thank you, Shay. I appreciate that. Not a pick-me chick when it says in its. So again, this is according to the sages in the literature, and as I believe more or less, when it says in his image, it means how it operates, because it doesn't have an image as we would think. Humans have an image as relating to our senses. So we see the world through our senses. And when we say image, we say looks, like, oh, he looks like us. Like, not in that sense, not in that he looks like us or she look or it. See, you guys got me all fucked up. And that it uses thought. The creator created, so now we're going backwards in the Hermetic philosophy, which is a whole like another fucking 20 minutes of explanation. The all creates with thought. And since we are created from the all through the law of cause and effect, we too must also create with the mind. It created with the mind, we must create with the mind. Anything that we create with our mind will also have to create with its mind. Think of AI technology. So for AI technology to replicate itself, we have to program the human mind into a computer. And that's what we're doing with the supercomputers. We're going, how can we give computers a mind so that they can think and act like us? And people say, well, you can't have robots thinking like humans, because then they might self-reproduce themselves and take over the human race, right? So that's what happens. To create life with you need mind, consciousness to create. And that's what it means by we're in its image. It's conscious and therefore created us, and so we are conscious because we were created in its image. Not to say that, you know, if aliens came down and created the human race, that they don't walk on 2 feet. That could totally be the case, because again, when we create robots, we tend to create them like humans. It's familiar to us. We create rovers and shit, but when we want an AI, notice the first AI that came out was a woman that was shaped like a human. So things tend to create things in its image in the physical sense, but the OG is a little different. Yeah, the God of the Bible is a slave master, for sure. For sure, for sure. God, the universe, whatever, doesn't need or want anything from us. Yeah, exactly. Because again, needing and wanting are very human things. Like, I don't know. I've beat that horse up. Plagiarized code workup. Yes, Lola, it's definitely plagiarized for sure. And your particles are held together by an invisible force. The all, maybe. Do I still intend my experiment? Oh, Sun, Earth, and Sky, we already did the experiment. It was, we're in Google. I'm launching this live not from YouTube, but from Google Hangouts connected to YouTube. And the reason why I wanted to learn how to use Google Hangouts is because I want to do interviews with other YouTubers, but host it from my channel instead of having to go to their channel. And I've never done that before, so I needed one of you guys as a guinea pig. AC333 was kind enough to join it. So at the beginning of the video, her and I were sharing the screen and you guys could see us. So that experiment is done now, though. Oh, no. And we even got a call from Bill. Bill even gave us a call and said, what up? My mom is a pastor, so they have had a lot of questions about spirituality and the all. As far as I'm concerned about finding out the nature of the all, I would say it's not pointless to try to figure out what the all is, but definitely there's better use of our times than trying to figure out what the all is. Like, we're humans right now, you know? So we should figure out how to be really good humans. Like, figure out how to make money, figure out how to make good relationships, figure out how to be happy most of the time without compromising your health and your sanity and your morals. Figure out how to make GMO trees that glow in the dark at night so that we don't have to use streetlights and we can just have glow in the dark trees. Like, that's the type of shit that I'm doing with these learnings and these teachings and the Hermetic philosophy and the Emerald tablets and shit like that. Like, I'm trying to make the most out of life as a human while I'm a human. I'm definitely going to learn how to astral project and go visit Pandora and hang out with the people from Avatar. I'm definitely going to learn how to lucid dream so I can do crazy shit in the dream world and make my own, like, fireballs and turn Super Saiyan and fight people in Dragon Ball Z. But you know, that's the fun shit. I'll learn to use the teachings for that as well. But as far as, like, I went deep when it came to looking up spirituality and what does it all mean? You know, it's like, I don't fucking know what it all means. I can, but I don't think it has to mean anything at the same time. My philosophy with what does it all mean, it's kind of like it means nothing in the sense that it can mean anything. Like, we're given a blank picture and then we draw the picture. So if it had a meaning to it, it would be like someone handing you an easel to paint on and it had a map on it already. And you're like, all right, I guess I'll exist in your world since you gave me a canvas that already has drawing on it. That wouldn't make sense, right? No, you're handed a blank canvas to make your own meaning. And, like, that's my philosophy on what the meaning of everything is. Because you can only go deep for so long, man, before you go crazy. God is a female. God is a female. I'm sure that women would love that God were a female. Just like I'm sure the men would love if God was a male, but I'm not sure it's either. Dark energy, men create robot woman, so possibly a woman created man. Possibly. Actually, didn't we read the story, the creation story? And wasn't it a woman? No, it was a woman and a man that were Enki and the other person. It was a woman, according to the Sumerian creation story, which I would believe over the Bible, as far as where humanity proper came from. I believe the creation story was both a man and a woman, which would make sense because that's what we've been learning the whole time. Is like, you can't have just men doing shit, or you're going to be heavy on the masculine. And you can't just have women be doing shit, or you're going to be heavy on the feminine. It's just the way of things. You got to blend both qualities together. I think it's cool because it's the ego that wants to say the person in charge is like me. God is dark skinned, and white people are drawing pictures. God is white skinned, and women are drawing women, and men are drawing pictures. God is a man, and Asians are drawing pictures. God is an Asian. Like, of course, we're going to portray the Most High as closest to our personal selves because it's just it's the most natural thing. So that's understandable. But we're so small, you guys. You know, like, again, to think of how big the universe is and how many different species of humans there are, species of God knows what else is out there. I mean, there might not even be men and women on other planets. It could be a unisex where they both genders have both male and female inside of them, like plants, for example. Plants pollinate themselves. They have both the stigma, which is where the pollen comes from, and the anther, which receives the pollen. So plants have both masculine and feminine built into themselves. So there's probably even species out there that are like humans. You're still man and woman. Like, that's super inefficient. We evolved past that shit 2 million years ago. We're the same sex now. Like, get with the fucking program. So it's like, it's fun to talk about God in certain ways, but I feel like humanity will see pretty soon that the evolution of life, not God, but just simply the evolution of life, like how high a species can go with its intellect and with its magical powers and telepathic abilities and technology, how high it can go is just past what our best science fiction writers can write, you know. Toth talks about this in the Emerald Tablets. He says, I've been to planets where the people are less than humans. I can't remember the words. The people, they're still animals on some planets. And I've been to planets where they would seem like gods to you humans. But your role will be one day that you will be gods to those gods. Because, like I said, evolution just fucking goes and it goes. And humanity, modern day man, has been here since the Sumerians, quote unquote, which was 3000 BC, 5,000 years of evolution, and we're already at the moon, unless you believe in flat earth. I don't know, but just looking at the stuff we do every day, like that I can talk to you guys on this video camera. When 100 years ago, people were riding horses, like, what the fuck? That's crazy. Can you imagine what the humans are going to be doing in another 1,000 years, let alone 100,000 years, which is a blink of an eye? And an evolution standpoint, you guys, we're in for some shit. You think that woman is the top of the pinnacle of existence, and men think that men are the pinnacle of existence from the most, not you guys, but like from the most egotistical standpoint. Or Americans think that they're the pinnacle of humanity, you know, from an egotistical standpoint. We're about to be in a fucking world of awakening because, oh man, I'm stoked. I'm super stoked to see where everything goes. The experiment worked. So I believe in reincarnation, yes. I make the street lights that I glow in the dark mushrooms. I have glow in the dark mushrooms, by the way. You can write on thoughts back and sort through the universe. God is not a universe, Bill. You guys are killing me. God is not a universe. God is not anything. The universe is also an extension from God, just like you are an extension from the all. But it is not. Bill, are you familiar with the Hermetic philosophy? Because that's where all this is coming from. You don't have to buy into it, by the way. It's a philosophy, not a religion. The Hermetic philosophy is not a religion. It's not a cult. It's not a practice. It's not paganism. It's not shamanism. It's not spiritualism. It's not Catholicism. It's not Judaism. It's nothing. It's none of that. It's just purely philosophy for the mechanics. And the origin of the Hermetic philosophy comes from Thoth, who, according to the Egyptians, was an Atlantean. So he's originally an Atlantean who taught Egypt how to do their thing. And from the Emerald Tablets and the Corpus Hermeticum, which he apparently wrote, they distilled the 7 laws of the universe called the Hermetic principles. And that's where 99% of what I'm talking about comes from. No, Lola, not all plants pollinate themselves. You're correct. Not all plants pollinate themselves. A shit ton do. The point I was making was that humans in the future might not even have man versus woman. It could be like plants evolved to where it's both man and woman in the same body. Gaia, hello Gaia, welcome here. You came 4 minutes ago. Nice. The universe is a supernatural brain. Beautiful, Bill. Now you're getting it. That's what we're talking about. It is a fucking it's a brain. As above, so below, baby. Alicia, maybe this planet is just an experiment to see what happens when you split the genders. I mean, they made a big deal about the watchers coming to the women. Creation to gods, maybe. That's a good point. Maybe it's just an experience that happens when you split the genders. Women were a new creation to gods. But if women were a new creation, Alicia, then who were the angels having sex with before they came down to earth? You know what I mean? Like, they had penises. So were they just jerking off, or were they? Your child is listening. I've got to watch my mouth now. I didn't realize kids were watching. But that's a good theory. That's a good theory. Hey guys. Oh man, it's hard to give them an answer. I don't know. I think when my child asks me what it all means, I'm just gonna tell him it means probably whatever you want it to mean, whatever you want to make it mean. Just be a good fucking person, not compromise your morals, and try to be as happy as you can. That's what it means. But we know here on Earth is not all information. When we leave the physical plane, we remember all. We are here to create and remember whom we are. That's what I believe. That's good. I like that. Oh yeah, I like that a lot. I definitely, I'm with that. Who are of a new budding branch of the human tree. Sun, earth, and sky. If you told me there was already people of a new budding branching tree, I would say, hell yes. How do I find them? Where are they at? I would love to meet these people. I believe it for sure. I definitely believe that the evolution of mankind has happened. I've seen enough. I've seen enough of the anomalies of the human race. People doing outrageous things with their mind, and it only takes 5 minutes of Google search. Just type in top 10 humans with superpowers, and you will see right there that the evolution of mankind has already begun. Lizzie, what email? I haven't got. I'm not sure what email you're talking about, Lizzie. Maybe they had both, but they wanted just one. I'm not sure what you mean. The swing earth is Adam and Eve. The moon is the serpent. Not sure. Wagwan Rich, Wagwan Richin. I am there. I'm having a good night. You make me want to listen to Bob Marley. I think I might have to put on some Bob Marley. Everyone say hello, Dreadline 420, and ask him if he's still high from the edible he ate like 5 days ago. The moon is a spacecraft? No, I don't. The moon is not a spacecraft. You've been trying to convince me that the moon is a spacecraft, Lizzie, for weeks now, and I don't know if I buy that. I don't know if I buy that the moon is a spacecraft. I know, I don't have a very good Jamaican accent, but one of these days I'll get it. My Jamaican accent is like the moon is a spacecraft. How do you feel about that? Sun, moon, and stars. Sun, moon, earth are beings. We are their seeds. Some are from the sun. What is the purpose of? Look, you guys, just because I'm balls deep in conspiracy theories and talking about woo-woo and magic and stuff like that doesn't mean I buy into all the conspiracy theories. You can't just hit me and be like, Keith, the moon is a spacecraft. I'm going to be like, bruh, you wanna show me, give me something to work with? Like, you can't just hit me with the moon is a spacecraft and then walk away. Can't hit me like that and then just pretend and then ask me how my day was going. You know what I mean? Uh-oh. Guyanese. Ooh, Guyanese, that's cool. What's Guyanese sound like? Or are you just making fun of me? Hollow alien base. Gold Star, what up, man? You've already missed a bunch of juicy stuff. Ooh, that's good to know. Son of earth and sky. Yes, you are, yes. That's a bag of worms. I've researched that bag of worms. I've researched that the moon is hollow. I have. I'm just giving you guys shit. I've looked that one up. Give me 1 second. All right, here's here's what's happening with me and when it comes to conspiracy theories. Flat Earth, Hollow Earth, which is my favorite. Hollow Earth is my favorite by far. The moon being hollow and the spacecraft, Mars habitation, like they all have very convincing literature behind them. But for example, Hollow Earth literature is like spot on for like this is proof why the Earth is hollow. And then the Flat Earth, for example, has phenomenal literature on it too. Like this is undeniable evidence of the Earth being flat. So they both, every conspiracy just has undeniable evidence of being true, but they can't all exist at the same time because most of them conflict with each other. So how can they all have perfectly sound reasoning but at the same time they conflict with each other? That's why when it comes to conspiracy theories, I'm like, yeah.
We're going to dinner right now, but we're going to be at Wildcat at midnight. If you want to go?
I got work tomorrow.
Oh, expect it's Scottish.
Wildcat?
Yeah.
On a Sunday?
Yeah.
Gay night?
Yeah.
Nice.
Bye.
No, I know it is. They got good music too. Yeah. That was whatever. That was that. Yeah, Lola. No, definitely. Not only that, Lola, about the moon landing, but when the spaceship first landed on the moon, they radioed back saying that there's structures on the moon. We're not the first one here. Holy shit, you guys. Well, the transmission bounced off of Australia first because of where the planet was, right? The planet was facing Australia, so it got to Australia before the US. And there's people in Australia that were listening to it live going, what? The fucking moon has structures on it? This is crazy. And they interviewed some dude, and he says, I was waiting for days, weeks, years for the news to bring up what the astronauts saw. And they could not understand why that was never mentioned. That broadcast never made it to the US. It was cut off after Australia. So yeah, like there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of literature on the moon. Being fake and being hollow in the spaceship. Like I get that. It's just like, what am I gonna do with this information? You know? Okay, say the moon is hollow. How does that change my life? I'm still gonna eat healthy to prevent diseases. I'm still gonna minimize radiation. I mean, I could buy a foil hat, which I've seriously considered a few times. What are we supposed to do with this information? Like, how is that going to change our life? I don't know. Like, does that make sense to you guys? So that's why I give you guys shit when you hit me with the conspiracies. Isn't because I don't believe, because in a lot of them I do believe. It's just like, I think I'm just turning into one of those old jaded people where I'm like, rah, 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 rah. I'm not old. I'm only 30. I'm just talking shit. Follow me to the moon. People put the hermetic laws into action. It is no woo-woo. Yeah, exactly. That's what I really love about the hermetic principle. It's not woo-woo. Science can back it up. Science doesn't even have to back it up. We can look out into nature and see the laws of the hermetic philosophy operating constantly, all the time, right there in front of us. Which is why I love it, because it's like, let me master myself, master my world, master my mind, master my body, master the laws of the universe, right? Let me master that shit, and then let me deal with flat Earth, and then let me deal with aliens abducting people, and then let me deal with the moon being a death ray from fucking Star Wars. All right, I love you too. Catching up with you guys' comments. Right, Lola. That's what I'm saying. I watched a flat Earth video that made me. I was like, if the Earth is flat, then I just give up on everything. Like, what do you want from me? If the Earth is really flat, then like, all right, what the fuck? What next? What now? Tell me what to do. Time warping. No, I haven't looked at the stars that you told me to look up because I read those messages in passing. And email me if you guys have something that you comment a lot in the discussion that you want me to check out and you feel it's pertinent that I look it up, like Bill with the San Luis Valley. Just email it to me. This is my email. Garcia@gmail.com. So this is my email. If there's anything that I should absolutely look up, just shoot me an email, and that way I can check it out. And if you send me your email, I'll send you a free MP3 of the guided meditation. All you have to do is give me your email. I promise I won't give away your email to anyone. I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna. If I can, that's like a legit email. Just send me it. I'm not gonna bombard you with free fucking guided meditation tours to fucking Mars or something like that. Lizzie, I'm gonna save Tony Stark. I'm saving Tony Stark. Bill, you did. I saw the email popped up on my phone. I thank you for emailing that to me. I am going to be making guided meditations. I actually already have some made. I have one on my YouTube channel, but it's not very good. I've got better ones coming. And I do like making guided meditations. I like to talk shit. Is that what I should do? I'm going to give you guys. That would be a fun one. A guided meditate. It'll be a guided meditation tour to Mars. Perfect. Perfect. Oh, my computer's running so hot right now. Can you guys hear the fan? It's so annoying. Please feel free. Tony Stark running out of air. Lizzie, I don't get this Tony Stark joke, by the way. I'm going along with the Tony Stark joke, but I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Mocha Nova? Mocha Nova. That's a funny name. You're late as hell, dog. We're like 2 hours deep in this. Put her in a coffin. What do I know about sexual transmutation? Shit. I don't know if I want to get into that right now. Sexual, like sex magic. I know a little bit about sex magic, if that's what you're asking. I don't know a bunch of specific spells for sex magic, but I do know that it's a thing, and I know basically how it works, if that's what you're curious about. Not a pick-me-up chick. There's some we'll put you to sleep. I got you, don't worry about it. Sexual. Damn, don't make me put on my boy Marvin Gaye right now. I'll do it. I'll put on that Marvin Gaye. Don't do it. Don't tempt me. Egyptastic trans-civilization. Whew, that's a mouthful. I don't nerd out hard on Marvel though. That's not my. I have a different kind of nerd. I nerd out on like Lord of the Rings and anime and shit. Star Wars. I love Marvel. I just. What do you want from me? What do you want from me? No, I understand that, Son of Earth and Sky. It's just when you leave, when you tell me to look up something on the comments for something that's super deep, I don't have time to look it up while we're on live. And then once the live ends, I don't have access to these comments unless I watch the entire video. And because the videos are so long, it's hard to find the exact spot. So I remember you telling me about looking at certain stars, but I don't remember the names of the stars or the directions, and I don't have a way of finding them unless I go to the old video and sit there for an hour and a half and try to find where it was. So it would be a lot easier if you emailed me those stars that I had to look up because I can't remember the names. And I guess that's it, or whatever else you think is necessary, because I'm super down to look that up. I just don't remember what it was. I'm about to start a GoFundMe for a new laptop. This thing's killing me right now. Good night. Peace out. That Lizzie. Yeah. Email them to me. Because so far, Bill told me to look something up, and the very next morning, another person DM'd me on Instagram saying that they were watching a documentary on the same thing that he told me to look at. And I asked her if she had been on the live the night before, and she said, no, I missed it. So what are the odds? So I'm guessing that whatever you guys have to tell me is pretty important. So I would definitely love it if you sent that email to me. Oh, yeah, you could comment on the video itself. If you comment on the video but not in the chat, I'll see it for sure. Yeah, I'll see it for sure if you do that. At the UFO watchtower, 20 miles north of me. That's super cool. That's actually really cool. But y'all, I think I'm gonna log out pretty soon because I got work tomorrow and it's 10 and I haven't done anything really to get ready for the next day. All I know is everyone's partying downtown at Wildcat for a birthday, but I have work tomorrow, which is a bummer because I would really like to go. Cool. Thank you so much, by the way, Son of Earth and Sky. I appreciate the information that you're dropping on me. I really do. And I'm excited to look at what it is that you're sending me. You guys have anything else? Important? What Thank you, Not a Pick Me Chick. Appreciate it. Thanks for being here. I'm super stoked. Super glad to have you part of the squadron. Thank you. You too. For Trip 420, what up? I gotta go, dog. I'm trying to fucking I'm trying to take it easy, okay? Okay, my friend, trying to take it easy because it's been a long night. So I'm just trying to rest and take it easy. Horror is not defined by what scares you. Whoops. Cool. Well, You guys have a good night. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for your help, Alicia, with figuring out my Google Hangouts. It is much appreciated, and we will be back in the next couple of days, give or take. Give or take. I might take a few days off to live because, I don't know, I'm just feeling like it. God bless Jed Life. Adios, amigo. Bill, you're the man. Thanks for reaching out, man. I really appreciate that. I'll talk to you soon. Keep sending me the goodies, too. I'll check that email when I get off. All right, peace out, you guys.